Shirley, the ball carrier, stopped by Lippman. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Cavaliers and Hempfield Spartans just over the Braves, and they're going to kick off a return for a touchdown after 2 fumbles and nearly
Safety on the play. Jacob Morgan with the recovery. Heisler with the strip. Bentz and Hunter deep to receive for the Spartans. Hartman will be punting for the Cavaliers. Bentz on the return, stopped by Ashton Taylor, 1st and 10 Spartans. Steinbeiser, the ball carrier, stopped by Lucas Picanti. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Bentz on that carry, he also have a free kick on return.
Steinbeiser, the ball carrier, stopped by Finney. 3rd and 8.
Stepping up in the pocket and stepping back and throwing and
Dietrich's pass intercepted by Tegan Shirley. 1st and 10 Cavaliers. Hartman's pass intercepted by Carden Littman. 1st and 10 Spartans.
See that? I thought it was a fake punt. Apparently he turned over on downs and went to kiss a fake punt. Now, dancing in the pocket and finding tackled by Taylor something.
Steinbeiser, the ball carrier. Stopped by Carrion and Vacanti. 2nd and 8.
Down toward a first down marker again, and it's going to be a first down. Be a 1st and goal now for Hempfield, right inside the 10-yard line.
2 spin moves, it's crazy.
Hitting the O button there on Madden.
Yeah, there you go.
And firing, oh man.
Civilized person.
Incomplete there in the front corner of the end zone. That pass was intended for number 2 on the Spartans here. And that is Terrence Vaughns. And run up the middle, not much there. And trying to get down inside the 5-yard line, pushing toward the goal line there, but stopped. Well, maybe stopped. I still didn't hear a whistle. Finally stopped there. And inside draw there, and they push forward and across the goal line for another score. Hempfield punches it in to make it 15-0. Spartans convert that turnover into points. And the extra point up and good. 4:29 left here in the first quarter, and Hempfield up 16-0. And that kickoff taken by Shirley at about the 8-yard line. Trying to find a crack, and he is hit right around the 20. So 1st and 10 Cavaliers at the 22-yard line. Score is 16-0. Hempfield on top. So Kiski's having trouble moving the ball, been turning it over, and also getting stuffed in the run, and they do so right there again. As that little touch pass to Shirley goes nowhere. Stern on the tackle for Hempfield. 2nd and 10 now, Cavaliers. In some trouble here early on. They back-to-back games on the road against 6A teams. Never easy coming up from 5A, as the Cavaliers are in these last 2 weeks. And last week against Norwin, they were down 28-0 at the half. Norwin scored on their first possession as Artman gets the corner and pushes forward, tackled out of bounds. There's a flag in the backfield. I don't know if that was behind the play, a little mix-up there with the offensive lineman and maybe a blitzing linebacker, but Kiski doesn't look like they're moving forward. So I have to wait and see what the official makes the call here, but the flag is at the 20. Well, that goes against the Cavaliers, so that'll push Kiski area back. And what's it called? Murphy's Law? What can go wrong will go wrong. That's what's happening for Kiski these last, 5 quarters.
It's the last thing that they want right now.
Definitely the last thing they want. We'll go out there and order a couple more penalties.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kiski backed up all the way to their own 12-yard line. And about this territory where Artman tried to scramble and was hauled down in the end zone. He tried to get rid of it too, so it would have been intentional grounding in the end zone, which I think was the call. And that landed Hempfield with a safety. Artman, little dump off, and it's complete. Trying to get it to Shirley. Trying to get the corner, and he gets tripped up there. Nice play on the defensive side of the ball. It's hard to read these uniforms from. That's number 2. Yes, it is. I believe it is Terrence Vaughn's with that. I mean, those numbers are so small. I think it's a 2. That's a 5. Oh, man. Sorry about that, Braden Gerst. That is your tackle, sir. Nice play. So Gerst stops Shirley on the little rollout dump-off. And Kiski just trying to find anything to move this ball. And Dave Hartman and I commented last week with the size of the rosters. 6A roster right here, Connor, and then there's the 5A roster of Kiski. This is not as bad as Norwin was, but still, as you can see by the sidelines here, it looks like Norwin has 2 more teams, Hempfield has 2 more teams, and Kiski, has a round of backups. That's about it. So we get a timeout on the field. We're going to take a timeout here on High Top Sports Network. Thank one of our great sponsors, Armstrong Indoor Athletics.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
And welcome back. High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckenghoff and Connor Swartz here with you. First quarter from Hempfield Area High School. The Spartans lead the Kiski area Cavaliers 16-0. Kiski facing a 3rd and 17 here. And rolling to his left is Artman. He's got nothing and has to go out of bounds at the sideline. So this drive started at the 22. And now Kiski will be facing a 4th and long at their own 17. So going backwards once again are the Cavaliers. And I mean, I get the whole exhibition schedule, playing bigger teams, a lot of 5A teams. They schedule 6A teams. Tonight, Armstrong taking on Bethel Park. Cannon McMillan next week for the Riverhawks. That's a 6A team. So it's understandable to do it, in the exhibition part of the schedule. But how much is to be gained after, the 42-7 loss last week at Norwin, and then you're coming down here, opening kickoff return for a touchdown, a safety, and that's a short punt, but it might get a Kiski roll. It does, a good bounce. And it's going to roll all the way inside the Hempfield 40-yard line, downed at the 37-yard line by. I'm going to rip these rosters apart because I'm tired of flipping the pages over. Lucas Vicanti getting down there and downing that ball. Don't lose her out the window there. All right, Connor with a readjustment. Yes, there
How do you loosen it up this way?
right here.
Thank
That's
you.
as loose as you're gonna get it.
Sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Because it might come off the top.
Still like the little jumps and skips it does.
A perfectionist, Connor Schwartz on the camera.
Oh, of course.
I do like your will to make it better. Handoff in the backfield, slipping a couple of tackles and a gain of about 4. And that was number 25, I believe, for the Spartans. Aiden Steinbeiser. And there's a very good German last name, kind of like Schreckengost.
Yeah.
Or Schwartz.
Suppose so.
I suppose so. Steinbeiser. That's definitely,
Yeah.
haven't heard that one before, but I like it. Quick out. There to the sideline, trying to get around a couple of blocks and stacked up right near the first down marker. That quick completion, and the play goes out of bounds as the tackle is made on Henry Muchler. Well, Moocher, they call him. Muchler. Yeah, I was going to say, it's not Moocher. I usually listen to the PA guy when we're somewhere new and see what they have to say when it comes to the last names. And a first down for the Spartans. Oh, no, they're short still. Sorry about that. That was a gain of about 3. So 4th and 2, they got it measured at just about a 1.5 yards there. Say it 4th and 2. And barking out the plays right there is quarterback. It looks like Muchler came over and is going to maybe run a wildcat here on 4th and 2. Hempfield trying to keep that possession. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sends a man in motion. That is Nicholas Marquis, and pushing forward for a first down. Spartans do run that wildcat. Muchler keeps the ball. So play clock winding here. Hempfield taking their time. Muchler getting the play from the sideline. And I think we called a timeout. Maybe call a timeout. I don't know. Nope. No timeout. 9 seconds left. And it looks like the play clock just went off. So apparently they are going to run one more here before the end of the quarter. Rolling out and firing toward the end zone, deep, and caught for a touchdown. What a throw, and hauled in by Troy Sebring. And right at the end of the first quarter, and that's not Muchler. That has got to be number, I can't tell if he's Can you even see what that is? I think it's 16 maybe?
I have no clue.
I'm just looking for somebody listed as a quarterback here. It might be Dominic Detroff. I think that's an 8. It's so hard to tell. Yep, I think that's an 8. It is indeed. Dominic Detroff with the touchdown pass to Troy Sebring, and that'll make it 23-0 at the end of the first quarter here at Hempfield. The Spartans, a commanding lead, taking advantage of those Kiski mistakes. And that'll make it 23-0. After the extra point, and that'll take us to the second quarter. And the Cavaliers have the only thing they have on the scoreboard right now is a timeout taken. That's tough.
Wow.
Well, as I said, getting these bigger schools on the schedule for exhibition football, it's can turn out to be a very dicey proposition for those smaller teams. We got some stink bugs in here. Connor pointing them out. I'm like, you look like you're doing semaphore to land a plane. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you pointing at? He's got stink bugs here. Yeah, they're hanging out with us, apparently. Oh, it's a spotted lanternfly. That's an invasive species, Connor. So thank you for pointing that out to me and the folks at home. And that kick taken at the goal line and trying to cut it upfield and stacked up at the 10. Not trying to make a play is Andrew Finney, but, oh, man, kind of want to maybe have that one back as Finney only gets out to about the 9, 10 or 9. No, they got it on 10. Yeah, that was tough. And thank you to tonight's broadcast sponsor, Dunmire Kerr and Rowe Funeral Home Incorporated. Appreciate their support of Kiski Area Athletics and High Top Sports Network. Dunmire Kerr and Rowe Funeral Home Incorporated. Well, Kiski takes over deep in their own territory once again. Second quarter just underway here at Hempfield. Handoff there to Taylor. Haven't seen much of him so far. He had a great game in the first week of the season against Knock. The true freshman, I guess you're only a true freshman in high school. Can't really be a redshirt freshman in high school. But he had a great game against Knock. We named him player of the game, Connor. You and I did. And he was shut down last week. Well, they got behind so quickly, so big, that kind of had to go away from the running game to try and score some points to stay in it with Norwin. But, Taylor is a solidly built young man, listed at 5'9", 180 pounds. So, he runs with some ferocity. Just nowhere to go right now against that huge Hempfield front. Look at those two interior linemen there. Taylor skips off a tackle, but, basically those two guys in the middle for Hempfield, I'm going to see if I can get their numbers correct. 57 and I think 55. So that would be Brock.
It's like a 56.
Brock Heisler and Jacob Whiterstein. Jacob Whiterstein, 6'2", 315. And Brock Heisler listed at 6'3", 260. So those are some refrigerators in the middle there. It's tough to move those guys around. And they're taking up the majority of the Kiski line, and that's leaving nowhere for the ball carriers to go. And Taylor finding out again right there, no room. So make it 3rd and 12. Artman fires and caught by Tegan Shirley, and he's out over the 20 to about the 22, and he's going to have a first down for the Cavaliers, so a good pass play to finally get the chains moving for Kiski. Tegan Shirley with the grab, a sure-handed senior wide receiver. He's made some big plays so far this season in the passing game. Caught a long one last week, caught a long one the week before. So Artman had some good zip on that ball, getting it out there to the sideline, and Shirley hauled it in. So a nice play to move the sticks. Shotgun snap. Again, Artman pump fake, trying to go deep up top to Shirley, fighting with a man. Hand fighting there. That pass a little bit too long. Shirley going at it with Terrence Vaughns on the outside. Vaughn's a tall cornerback, 6 foot, 155 pounds. Shirley a little bit taller and a little bit broader. He's listed at 6 foot, 178. So pretty good battle there on the outside. The pump fake by Artman. He just sailed it a little bit too long for the intended receiver. That was loud.
I think so.
Only Diet Coke, though. And Shirley goes around Artman, and he's going to get the ball in a little swing and fall forward for about 4 yards. So Kiski, some positive plays after the first quarter was basically them going in reverse. Well, we'll get her there.
There you go. Much better.
There we are. So at the top of the field there on the far hash marks, 3rd and 6 after that 4-yard pickup by Shirley. First down pass was incomplete to Tegan Shirley down the opposite sideline. And Artman fires it into a tight window. Tegan Shirley with it, and he's breaking loose. And Tegan Shirley off to the races, 40. And he's finally tackled from behind. Oh, man, I got so excited right there about coughed up a lung. But Tegan Shirley, look at those hands in that tight area right there. And give credit to Artman. What a laser he just fired in there. Shirley with a great grab. Turned it up the field. A nice tackle from behind. Didn't get a number on the tackle. But good touchdown saving tackle right there, trying to get off the field right there. And I think that's going to go, Spartans might have taken a timeout right there. No, it was actually Kiski taking that timeout. They have 1 left. So the Cavaliers with their best drive so far in this game. Timeout on the field, thanks to some other great sponsors here this evening. We'll get to them as the game progresses. But we'd surely like to mention them now. And those sponsors would be Arborform Tree and Landscape. Not all tree and landscaping services are created equal, and the job isn't as cut and dry as you might think. Whether it's removing that ginormous oak tree that's leaning too close to your garage, or creating and maintaining the kind of landscaping around your property that you can be proud of, count on Arborform Tree and Landscape. 724-599-8704. Arborform Tree and Landscape LLC, fully licensed and insured. And a shot down the field, and it's picked off, I believe, wrestling for it. And I believe that's going to be a turnover. Oh, what are they saying? Oh, man, rolling out of there with it. That is an unbelievable effort by Braden Anderson to roll out of there with that ball, and Kiski maintains possession.
Wow.
I thought that was picked off, honestly. I did.
Kiski offense getting some steam here.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is by far their best drive. Yeah. I mean, they've gone, 90 yards? Well, almost. They've gone 83 so far. And, I mean, that just tossing it up there was Artman and wrestling around for it. I couldn't see the number. The numbers are just horribly difficult to read on Hempfield's uniforms. They're scrunched. They're that small, tight font where 8s and 5s and 6s all look alike, and 2s. But coming out of there, rolling around with it, too. And I'll tell you what, the official could have ruled that. When he put his hand up, I thought, that's a turnover. It was a pick. But no, coming out of there and rolling, it was like an alligator when they roll their prey over. And Anderson came up with that ball. So a big play down the field, a timeout taken this time by Hempfield. 7:53 left here in the first half. You're watching High Top Sports Network. 23-0 Spartans on top. And I'll tell you what, last week you were treated to a couple of fantastic bands at halftime. You're going to get it again on the River Forest Country Club and Grill halftime show. Last week, Norwin and Kiski just put on a phenomenal halftime performance. This week, you get Kiski and Hempfield. And I mean, there's more instruments and color guard and flags waving around here than you could possibly imagine. As you can see right there on your screen, the band right behind the uprights. Ashton Taylor hit in the backfield, but still plowing forward, trying his best to get back to the original line of scrimmage. So make it 2nd and 7 here. Kiski really needs to punch it in. 2nd and goal, actually, from the 7-yard line. Beautiful night for football. 76 degrees at game time here in Greensburg, and just gorgeous night. Touch in the back, out of bounds, juggling that ball was Vacanti. Lucas Vacanti just like going up over the top and kind of just batting that ball to himself, Connor, but he came down with that foot out of bounds. So an incompletion there, and that will bring up, it's 2nd down. I thought that was 2nd down. Getting a little confused by the scoreboard.
There should be some 2nd down. They just had the 3rd. Yeah, there it is. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, I was getting confused there. The public address announcer also confused. But I got the reflections, too. Like, I'm looking at the scoreboard on the side, and there's just numbers everywhere. So.
Yeah.
Artman rolls to the right again, fires quickly and batted down. What a defensive play to stop that completion. Number 23 for the Spartans. A nice play by Nicholas Marquis, diving and getting a paw out there to knock that one away. So that makes it 4th and goal from the 7. It looks like the Cavs are going to line up for a field goal attempt. As big number 76 rumbles onto the field to long snap for the Cavaliers. That is Morrison Kobe, the freshman. I think that's Kobe long snapping, or maybe he's left guard. No, he was left guard. And the kick is up and good. So the Cavaliers on the board. And that was Austin Beck, I believe, converting that field goal. So Cavaliers finally on the board here. Just about midway through the 2nd quarter. Thanks also to Stakeout Cheesesteaks. Bigger is better, and Stakeout Cheesesteaks, epitomizes that with their one-of-a-kind cheesesteak sandwiches. Every sandwich comes in with a half a pound of fresh ribeye, a blend of mozzarella, and Cooper Sharp American cheeses on rolls that are made that same day to guarantee the freshest quality and the most scrumptious steak sandwich in the area. Follow Stakeout Cheesesteaks on Facebook and see where Stakeout Gang will be next. The pop-up cheesesteak shop. Pretty cool idea.
Yeah, it is.
I don't want to give away all of the trade secrets of Stakeout Cheesesteaks, but you try one, you won't like it. Stakeout Cheesesteaks. I already mentioned Arbor Forum, Tree Landscaping Services. There we go. I'll get that logo up there here next time I mention them. And here comes the boot. Well, that's Finney doing the kicking. Maybe that was Finney that kicked that field goal, honestly, because I didn't see Beck out there, and Shirley trying to wrap up the returner out across the 30-yard line. So starting with decent field position again are the Spartans. Whoops, got to adjust that scoreboard really quickly for you. Don't want to sell the Cavaliers short here. They have points on the board.
I wouldn't be crazy to say that I think they Should have gone big there.
Gone big? I don't know. You're down 23-0 on the road. You got to get something on the board, and I agree with.
That's exactly my point. 23-0 there. You just gotta get.
You're saying that they put together an 83-yard drive there. You got to punt. You got to try and punch it in on 4th down.
All that for 3 points.
I know it's. You feel like you're settling, but listen, I would rather get the points on the board. I understand. You know why Kiski area first-year head coach Colin Huff is, keen to get those points on the board. But I see what you're saying too. It's like you want to punch a touchdown in there before halftime. Hopefully, hold Hempfield here again as that hole closes up quickly as Taylor gets in there, as well as Lucas Vacanti in on the stop. And I think that was. These numbers are just. I know I've said it, but it's tough. I hate not being able to see them. And it's not just me, right? I'm old, but not that blind, right? Those are tough to read.
They are.
That was Andrew Bentz, I believe, on the carry. So make it 3rd and 2. And that ball dumped out. And a missed. Oh, boy, got an ankle there as Avon Shirley is able to tackle the receiver. And that was number 23. Nicholas Marquis with that catch. Clock continues to move. 5:30 left here in the first half. Remember to stay tuned for the River Forest Country Club and Grill halftime show. Feature those 2 awesome bands I just mentioned. So first play of the new set of downs, dancing in the backfield and kind of tunneling his way forward for positive yardage. Steinbeiser, number 25, with the carry. So 2nd and 8 now for the Hempfield Spartans here playing at home in Spartan Stadium in Greensburg. Great atmosphere for Friday Night Lights. Nice facility here at Hempfield. Thanks to Athletic Director Brandon Rapp for the hospitality. 23-0 and bouncing it outside, but not much on that carry. Steinbeiser gets a couple. That'll make it 3rd and about 5 as we approach 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. And sending Steinbeiser in motion. A little dump off screen over the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be positive yards and a 1st down. And tackled about the 39-yard line of Kiski. Nicholas Marcus. I was calling him Marquis because that's how it's spelled, but it's actually pronounced Marcus.
Huh.
It's spelled M-A-R-Q-U-I-S.
Yeah.
Marquis. I would go with Marquis if that were my name.
Absolutely.
But, put me on the marquee. But a fresh set of downs for Hempfield. And jumping off sides there was Kiski right at the left defensive end position, getting a little trigger happy. Number 33, Kellen Fritsch.
Can't catch a break.
Yeah, no, and he stepped and he was just like, oh, I'm busted. Sometimes you can jump and get back, but nowadays they normally call it as soon as they see movement. So 5 more yards tacked on there. And that'll give Hempfield a 2nd and about 5. Yeah, 1st and 5, excuse me. No, it's 2nd. Right? No, 1st and 5, sorry. And it's dancing in the pocket as he's hit, delivers a nice throw there. Wow, as he was being drugged to the turf, Dominic Dietrich. I'm listening to the PA guys, so we'll get it right. Dominic Dietrich, he threw that touchdown earlier. Long touchdown. He had good pocket awareness right there and stepped up and delivered a strike for the completion and a 1st down under 3 minutes. And inside the Steffi's Country Catering red zone are the Hempfield Spartans. Dietrich Fires toward the end zone. Perfect throw and a touchdown. What a strike by Dietrich. And that ball was in there from 16 yards out, just drilled his intended receiver. And I want to see the number. I think it was too busy talking. I can't hear the PA guy every time. That was number 2. And Terrence Vaughns with a touchdown catch. Hempfield answers that field goal drive. And the boot is up, extra point, up and good. Hempfield strikes again. So the Cavaliers did their darndest to get down the field, took a lot of time off the clock, went 83 yards, got stopped inside the 10. And Hempfield comes right back and just boom, 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 makes the plays. Dietrich with a 16-yard touchdown throw to Vaughns. And that makes it 30-3. Spartans Spartans. See those flags?
I do.
Those little cheerleaders have not stopped this entire game.
Yeah, they're going.
They're just, I'm impressed all the way around here. Hempfield putting on a good show on the field. Junior cheerleaders full of, I'm going to say, sugar and energy. Just keep them, just guzzling pop and eating airheads, and they're just out there jumping around. Those little ones will fall asleep easily tonight, I'm sure, as will the guys on the field. Nothing better than leaving it all on the field and just going home, falling into bed, and not waking up for 12 hours. And that boot, long, and caught right about the 6-yard line. And bringing it out. Shirley got a crease. Shirley spins, and he's popped right at the 32-yard line. In there to finish him off, that tackle by number 7, Carden Lipman. And one of the rare positive weapons last week against Norwin for the Cavaliers was the return game of Avon Shirley. A good return there. He found a little bit of a crease and got it out over the 30. He had probably 4 or 5 returns out over the 30-yard line and a couple of big ones over midfield last week against Norwin. So 2:38 left here in the first half. Artman trying to get his team back down the field, and we're going to have a whistle, and let's see. We got a timeout. Nope, delay of game going against Kiski. That's 5 yards going backwards. Cavaliers have had a tough time keeping momentum going forward. Really one drive, that last one they had that resulted in 3 points, their best of the day, and also the only one that didn't go backwards. Hartman on a 1st and 15, scrambling, he's hit and going to be dropped. A flag comes in late. There was a scrum here away from the ball. It looked like number 51 for the Cavaliers. Well, they call a holding against the lineman. There was a scrum there between Cody Carrion from Kiski and number 42, Leroy Corey from Hempfield, but that was not the flag. It was a holding penalty. Well, they call out the number. What did he say, 72?
Sound like it.
Well, that would be... Oh, his helmet came off. Well, thanks for the explanation.
Huh.
I mean, wouldn't that be illegal hands to the face when his helmet gets ripped off? I don't know. Well, 2:31 left here in the first half. 2nd and 19 now for the Cavaliers. A long way to go behind the sticks. And Artman fires, got Tegan Shirley, and a gain of about 7 yards there, Connor, on 2nd down. A quick one to get up to a 3rd and, well, not really manageable, but a 3rd and 12 instead of 3rd and 19. You don't want to try and go down the field right there and Had to be 3rd and 19. It's now 3rd and 12, excuse me. As we hit 2 minutes left in the first half. Kiski breaks the huddle. And they line up with 3 wide receivers to the near side here. A sidecar left for Artman and 1 wide receiver up top. And Artman looking that way. He's going to lob it up in the air. Double covered and picked off right around the 40-yard line at the 41, I believe. He went out of bounds. And they say incomplete. So a heck of a play getting back there in double coverage. They really baited Artman into that throw. And that was a heck of a play. Nice athletic grab by Sebring, who has a touchdown catch. But an incompletion called on the sideline. And you saw how, I don't know if you saw that, Connor, but Sebring was down here on the near side where there were 3 wide receivers lined up. They kind of baited Artman into looking into single coverage right there, and he went straight back as soon as Artman dropped back. And he was there in double coverage. So a nice defensive scheme there by Hempfield, and it forces a 4th and 12, punt coming. And had to get it off quickly, caught at the 40, and hit immediately and dropped. So a change of possession here. So the Spartans again, 1st and 10. And truly a chance. I mean, it doesn't take them long to get up and down the field. Truly a chance to get up by that 35-point margin that when you gain a 35-point lead in the second half, the clock runs. And that happened last week against the Cavaliers at Norwin. So it was actually 28-0 at half. Norwin scored first possession, and the clock kept running for the second half. But chance for Hempfield. Well, they're lining up tight. We'll see. And 5 wide receivers. Nobody in the backfield with Dietrich. Dietrich looks. Dietrich surveys. Dietrich out of the pocket. He rushes forward, and he's going to get about 5 yards on that scramble. And a quick completion, spinning and getting away from 2 tackles, breaks the 3rd, and still on his feet inside the 30-yard line, wrestled down. Finally, by Robert Sarno, and a big gainer there.
Is that 10?
Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so. Muchler?
Hard to see.
Yeah, I can't tell. A lot of these numbers just look crunched together. I'm just guessing. But now Hempfield certainly within striking distance, 30 seconds left here in the first half. Let's see if Dietrich takes a couple of shots to the end zone. Dietrich, well, he's looking up the field. He had a man wide open in the middle right there as breaking behind the coverage. I don't know if you saw him in the middle there, Connor. He was wide open. So Muchler with that catch on the sidelines, but scooting out there into the flat was number 12. That was Jake Kaczynski. Kaczynski, yes. And Dietrich just didn't see him. So clock stopped, 18 seconds. And Dietrich sends a man in motion. They're going to get a whistle there right before the snap. Encroachment on Kiski, not great right there. Boy, the Cavaliers have really struggled with the mistakes, with the penalties the past couple of weeks. And, you know, the procedure ones, those are the ones that really get the coaches upset because, you know, it's stuff you can control. It's right at the line of scrimmage. You jump. We saw an encroachment earlier, you know, just early on the snap, trying to beat the snap. And it's 9 times out of 10 at the high school level, you're going to get called for encroachment. So those guys that time it up perfectly make millions of dollars. There's only a few of them that could do it. Official, very courteous out there. Thanked them for the reset of the game clock. And Now inside the 15-yard line are the Spartans. Dietrich looks at that dump off again. He had some blockers in front, cutting it inside down around the 1-yard line there. And one timeout left. And it'll be called right now by the Spartans. Right? Oh, no. They had 2 timeouts left. Sorry. I had them with 1. Timeout Hempfield. And a chance to build that aforementioned 35-plus point lead to start the second half with a running clock. Right now, going over the play call here with 9 seconds left. Head coach Nick Kiefer talking to his offense. And right now 27-point lead for the Spartans. Let's see the play call in here. 9 seconds. You really have time for 2 right now since they do have 1 more timeout left. So we'll see what the play is. Well, they got it marked at the 1. So Kiski will take a timeout. And that's 3rd and final for Kiski. Their last timeout. Hempfield still has 1 remaining, and we'll take a timeout here for a commercial message and be right back on High Top Sports Network.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong.
Well, thanks to our friends at Armstrong Indoor Athletics. Had to cut it out, get back here. Didn't want to miss this play. 30-3, Hempfield. And the little touch pass going to walk in. Oh, stacked at the line. I thought he was going to walk into the end zone there, but the push gets him across. Good hit. And, the beginning of that play by Kiski, but those big hogs behind the receiver there. I couldn't see who it was. No, I'm waiting for the PA. So the touchdown is good. No time left on the clock. Muchler with the touchdown catch. He got popped to the line, but the push gets him across for another touchdown. Hempfield adding to that lead. And that'll make it 36-3. Spartans on top of the Cavaliers. An extra point attempt with no time left on the clock upcoming. And if this is converted, that'll be a 34-point lead. I'm surprised, actually, they're not going for... Oh, they are going for 2. That's to start the running clock, I was going to say. And Dietrich throws it. It's too long there, and that back corner route was open. He just didn't get it. He's too flat on that pass toward Troy Sebring there in the back of the end zone. So that'll do it for the first half. A 33-point lead for Hempfield as we head to the River Forest Country Club and Grill halftime show. Connor and I will put the mics out the window and listen to these 2 awesome bands. So thanks to River Forest in Freeport. Go down there, play 18 holes, and get a great meal at the grill. It's tasty stuff. I've never had one bad bite of food in that place.
Really?
Yeah, that's 100%, not just because they're a sponsor. It's legit that good.
Wow.
So thank you to River Forest. And try and get them there where you can see. I'll put the logo down here maybe. There we go. No, it's a black print. It won't show up. We'll just go right there. Thanks to River Forest. All the great folks there in Freeport. Get your 18 holes, get a meal, get a beverage at the grill after your round. You can check out memberships online, or you can give them a call. And Connor and I are going to dip away here, leave the mics out the window, enjoy These two fantastic bands will be back with the second half here on High Top Sports Network after the River Forest Country Club and Grill halftime show.
Now entering the field is the 2025 Kiski Area High School Marching Band. The Kiski Band is under the direction of Mr. Sean Piddick and assisted by Stephen Pacheski. The drum majors for the Big K Marching Band are Addison Andrew, Brianna Bossio, and Hannah Lucas. The color guard captains are Aubrey Hamilton, Mia Martin, Katie Aposca, and Adelie Piddick. This evening, the Kiski Area Marching Band performing the third movement of their 2025 show titled Strings Attached. The music was drawn from one of the most famous string works of all time, Adagio for Strings by Samuel Barber. Melodies of that famous work are sprinkled throughout each movement as the main through line of the show. Our third movement will start with mellophone soloist Jacob Tucker. The visual design of the program centers around connections, strings, ropes, and other ways you will see developed over time as we continue to finish and produce our 2025 production. As far as upcoming events, tomorrow night the Kiski Band will host their annual Marching Band Festival. If you'd like to come out and see 7 bands from Western Pennsylvania, we would love your support. Also, the band will be traveling to Columbus, Ohio at the end of the month to compete in the University of Bands of America regional event, and the University of Delaware at the end of October to compete in another Bands of America regional. Good luck to all the members of the Big K Marching Band as they work towards these exciting events. Now, without further ado, performing movement 3 from their show titled Strings Attached, ladies and gentlemen, the Kiski Area High School Marching Band. Kiski area marching band, staff, and boosters, we'd like to thank you for watching it this evening, and we look forward to playing for you again.
Now taking the field, the Hempfield area Spartan Marching Band. The band is led onto the field tonight by drum majors Joseph Holdren, Dillon, and Anna Paterno. The band is proud to present their 20th show, Summer of Love, music from the summer of 1970. Our first selection will be a medley of the familiar tunes, Aquarius, War, and Sound of Silence. Our last song of the night will celebrate the capital of the hippie movement, San Francisco. And now, the pride of Hempfield, the Spartan Marching Band.
Connor, welcome back to iTop Sports Network. Josh Rettengoss and Connor Swartz here with you. Second half about to get underway. Connor just discussing the similarities he shares with the cartoon character Garfield.
You know
Loves
it.
lasagna, hates Mondays.
Oh, yeah.
So just a couple minutes left here. Great halftime show, the River Forest Country Club and Grill halftime show. Just unreal, the talent in those two bands. Like, we're spoiled. You know, we get to see Kiski every week. I got to see Norwin last week, their band, tremendous. And then tonight, Hempfield, putting on a great show as well. And also, thanks to the folks here at Hempfield, the press box did not disappoint tonight. Pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever bakery those rolls came from, phenomenal. And some, these are like chocolate chip and
Yeah,
M&M
got
cookies.
M&M's in there, too. Oh, my God.
I see a napkin. I'm going to grab that real fast.
Just chomp it down like a feral dog at halftime. Absolutely animalistic.
All right, well, final 55 seconds ticking.
As we begin the second half of play, Hempfield area will be kicking off to Kiski area. Number 9.
So Kiski will return the first kickoff of the second half.
To receive for the Cavaliers.
And a uphill climb for the Cavaliers here in the second half. If they are to pull off some kind of miracle and get back in this game, down 33 points. And that kick deep, taken at the 4-yard line. And trying to bring it out. And getting the corner right there. And getting a great return as Finney cuts it back to the middle of the field. Finney still on his feet. Finney to the 45, 30. Past the 20, and he's finally hauled down around the 14-yard line. What a return by Andrew Finney, and there is a flag on the field at the Kiski area 43-yard line. That is not what Cavaliers fans wanted to see after such a tremendous individual effort on that kickoff return by Andrew Finney.
Heartbreaking. Oh, man.
Wow, that's a tough one. I mean, not that Hempfield needed any help. Ashton Taylor gets whistled right there for the holding penalty on the return. So that negates what would have been, I have to add,
best plays of the game right there. Just call it right back. That's got to be a confidence killer
82
right
yard.
there.
Yeah, it would have been an 82-yard return. First play of the second half, you think, boy, we pop a big one right here. We punch it in real quick. Different ball game.
Yeah. Momentum. But
Another penalty sinking what would have been a great start for the Cavaliers here. And rolling out is Artman, and he's going to get across the 40, maybe right at the 40, gets pushed out. So Landon Artman rolled there to his left, saw nothing down the field.
Second and 3.
And the handoff right there. Taylor breaks the tackle, spins, and he pushes toward the first down marker. And going to be really close there. Ashton Taylor doing his best to get across that line to gain, and it looks like he does. First down for the Cavaliers. So Taylor's holding penalty negated what would have been an 82-yard kickoff return for Andrew Finney. But right there, he is able to push forward. And the fake option handoff, Artman keeps it, and he's going to push forward and get positive yardage, nearly 8 yards on that. So nice play there on the option read. And we have a Spartan down on the field. Hopefully just a cramp. It's a little warmer this week and
Yeah, it is.
than it was last week. Whoops. Didn't need that.
Nice and humid this week too.
Yeah, it's humid. It's, I don't know, like I had to. Well, that definitely looks like a cramp there, as number 7 for the Spartans gets himself up off the field, and that is Jordan Lippman. He's made a couple of tackles tonight on special teams, and Lippman gets off the field. Definitely cramped. He had a water bottle in his hand. He was trying his best to get off there quickly. So that'll give the Cavaliers a 2nd and 2 just across midfield into Spartans territory. Shirley in motion. Artman going to keep it again. Cuts it back. Good block by Taylor. And a first down for the Cavaliers. That's 2 in a row. And it's good to see that they didn't fold up after that big return was taken off the board by the holding penalty. Sometimes with the younger players at the high school level, you know, that can be such, like you said, Connor, I think you said the words confidence killer. And that can be a confidence killer, but they have just kept sticking their noses in there and plowing forward. You want to tell me what kind of insect that is? It just flew over here right on the window.
It's a bug.
Very good. It's a bug.
I don't know.
Well, you spotted the lanternfly. You were like pointing it out.
Lanternflies.
I thought it was a stink bug.
Well,
They kind of look like that.
I guess so.
Artman drops back, tries to step forward and avoid the rush, but he can't.
Artman sacked on the play by Andrew Jones and
So the sack right there, Artman goes down, 9:25 left here in the third quarter. Connor, do you like ramen?
Yeah, I guess so.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know, DoorDash just was like, try some ramen tonight. I'm like, what? Not that I've ever ordered it.
Yeah.
And a completion out there. Finney gets a first down. And Kiski moving the ball nicely.
I want to know what food Josh Heckengoss does not like.
Not a big eggs guy. I don't
Really?
like, I don't like onions. I get made fun of about that
As you
from
should.
various people. Listen, I'll eat onions. I like the onion crispy things. I just don't like big chunks of onion.
I see. You like those diced ones or something?
Yeah,
Just
diced,
not the- okay.
saute them in the sauce. It's all
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I just don't like big chunks of onion.
I'm gonna take a bite out of them.
No, I don't like a slice of a red onion. Sorry, I don't. Touch pass to Shirley. And Shirley's going to find the sideline there and wrestle down out of bounds after a quick gain of about 7.
What's your opinion on tomatoes?
I love tomatoes.
Really?
Oh, man, I love them. In fact, I ate a whole tomato today.
Oh, great.
Came right out of the garden, washed it off,
There you go.
sliced it into 3 big chunks, put a little salt on it. Boom.
Interesting.
Oh, money. So good. When I was growing up, and I wanted a snack, my mom would make me tomato sandwich. So it's like 2 pieces of toast, a little mayo,
Yeah.
throw some
Okay.
tomato slices in the middle there. Boom.
I see.
Good stuff. I love tomatoes.
Not a fan.
See? Now nobody's making fun of you about it.
Yeah.
Hartman surveys, gets rid of it. Got a man toward the corner, but a little underthrown there. Trying to go front corner
Could have been huge.
in that end zone. And Artman got hit as he threw. Or at least he got affected by the rush there. And Colin Peterson was the intended receiver down toward that front pylon. So 3rd and 3 now. Cavaliers don't want to come away empty-handed on this drive, especially after it would have started at about the 14-yard line.
Wow.
After that giant return by Finney was taken off the board, negated by a holding penalty. 8:22 left here, third quarter. Artman. And the option read again. This time does give it. And Shirley cuts it up. Shirley still on his feet and wrestled down at about the 23-yard line. So the read option, again this time, Artman hands it off. And Shirley takes it. Gets enough for the first down. Artman got up and signaled first down, and so did the referees. So 36-3. Kiski in dire need of a touchdown right here as we hit 8 minutes left in this third quarter. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengoff and Connor Swartz with you tonight. 2 other games on the network this evening. Armstrong at Bethel Park and Freeport at Quaker Valley. Go ahead and check those out if you'd like. And a throw by Artman. Dangerous area. He tried to go all the way across the field, and there were 2 receivers in the same area, and that meant there were 3 blue jerseys in the same area. So a dangerous throw right there. And that will bring up 2nd and 10. All right. 2nd and 10 here. Kiski just outside the red zone. Artman fake handoff, rolls out, fires, and he's got a man, but it's dropped. Oh, tough break. That one, oh boy, right off the fingertips. And just couldn't haul it in and bring it back. I think that was Vacanti. And that was a good play there. My Artman rolling out, got the read, went over the top, didn't take the short check down receiver. So Hempfield takes a timeout, just trying to slow this Cavaliers offense down as they're moving the ball much more effectively on this drive than they did in the entire first half. Well, not the entire first half, but the majority of the first half. They had a good drive there that resulted in a field goal, but Hempfield answered with a couple of scores. It's getting to be allergy season, Connor. We're both coughing and sneezing here, going to moving mics around so we don't just blow people's ears out.
Yup. Can't be doing that.
I mean, I just, you know what, I don't like feeling that way. It's not that I feel sick or anything like that. It's just like, I know that means summer's over.
Oh,
You know, it's just like.
I mean, fall, arguably, popularly actually, the best season out of the year.
Fall is lame, bud.
Oh, my God. Of course.
Summer's where it's at. No, I like
Sweat
fall.
all day.
I like sweating all day.
Really?
I'd rather sweat than shiver.
Shivering in fall?
No, you might. I mean, there's some cool nights in October.
Wear some sweaters, some jackets.
Some sweatpants.
Jeans, sweatpants.
Some velour tracksuits.
Oh, yeah, you know it.
Artman drops the snap, but able to pick it up, fires toward the end zone, and unable to haul it in. Incomplete pass there. As trying to find Avon Shirley in the back corner of the end zone there, and that one comes up incomplete, so it's 4th and 10.
4th and 10. I say go for it.
Well, they're going for it.
Love to see it. And it's tough, these 6A and 5A matchups here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, everybody wants to come in and be like the big hero, you know, David and Goliath type of thing. But, I mean, then reality kicks in and you're suddenly 36-3 here.
Well, you got to get points. Oh, man, Artman gets drilled. Not sure what that play was supposed to be. It looked broken, actually. And turnover on downs there. Hempfield will take over after stalling the Kiski drive. And it looked like the Cavaliers were going to take some momentum there, get down the field and get into scoring range. But I don't think their regular kicker, Austin Beck, is in uniform tonight. I'm pretty sure that Andrew Finney hit that first field goal, first and only field goal for Kiski. And I think I see Beck over there in street clothes. So right there, it would have been a 29-yard field goal? No, 31-yard field goal. I mean, that's getting to be about the max distance of a high school kicker, and unless they're like specialized like Beck is. You know, I would trust him from probably 37 and in. But without that option on the table, Kiski decides to go for it. They get stopped. And now Hempfield with their first possession of the second half, 7:21 left, third quarter. And firing and complete across the middle, a little hook route there, and a completion and a first down. Another reception, and turning it up the field for Troy Sebring. He's had a nice game tonight. Well, they did not say Troy Sebring's name. I don't know who they said right there. Oh, Kopus, Jack Kopus. I mean, if a 3 looks like a 1, you can tell what kind of night I'm having. So Jack Kopus with that catch. And the dump off, a little too far there. Good pressure by the Cavaliers as Taylor was in there in the face of Dietrich, as was Braden Anderson. They both got in untouched because it was a screenplay trying to set it up. And Dietrich had to rush that little dump, and it got over the top of his intended receiver. So 2nd and 10. High snap there. Dietrich corrals it, fires, got a man, complete, and across the line to gain into Kiski territory. Lucas Simmons with a first down catch right there. I want to say that's Simmons' first catch of the game. I'm not sure. And the handoff. Way in the backfield and hauled down, and spiking the ball out of frustration was the Hempfield ball carrier. Tegan Shirley making a heck of a play in the backfield. And I believe that was number 25, Aiden Steinbeiser. Was hauled. I don't know who that was, actually. I can't see the numbers. It's tough for me. So that makes it 2nd and 16. 5:58 left here in the third quarter. Connor's shadow boxing me. And taking a lot of the play clock here, down to 3 seconds. Dietrich steps up in the pocket, throws on the run, complete, and hit from behind by Shirley, but not before a completion. And that was Terrence Vaughn's, maybe? Looks like it. Nope, maybe that's a 6. I can't. It is a 6. Jacob Morgan? And not even close. I was wrong on them, all of them. Riley Evans, the freshman, makes that catch. And Dietrich fires. Completion there. That's splitting the crease and up the field, turning it up and into the end zone for a touchdown. Hempfield strikes from the 41-yard line. A little quick. Jack Kopus, the beneficiary of a nice throw and some great blocking by his fellow receivers there. And up the field and into the end zone for a touchdown. That makes it 42-3. That means the clock will run for the duration of this contest. And in for the extra point. The kick up and, whoo, boy, that one was hooking a little bit, but it's up and through. So 40-point lead now. And with 5:06 left in the third quarter, now it gets real difficult for the Cavaliers as Hempfield has triggered the PIAA mandated running clock. So it was 42-7 last week against Norwin. 43-3 right now here against Hempfield. Tough sledding the last couple of weeks for the Cavaliers. And you look at the Cavaliers and you see really good things. I mean, I love the Shirley boys. They're really, really great. And I like what Artman's done. He was obviously hurt to start the season as Avon Shirley got the first start of the year. But Artman, it seems like, is getting more comfortable. He's got a great arm. Decision-making seems to be catching up to the speed of the game. And, you like some things you see out of Kiski. But just running into a couple of buzzsaws the last 2 weeks as that boot is deep and taken by Finney he dropped it at the 3. And Finney, who had a big return taken off the board, he's trying to get back to that sideline, and a slow developing play there as Finney is a little shaken up, but he's pulled up to his feet by Tegan Shirley, and that means the Cavaliers will take over at their own 23-yard line. Well, rough one again here, Connor. I mean, not much you can do if you're the Cavaliers. They came out. The penalties were brutal in the first half. And then the first play of the second half, that kickoff return penalized and brought back. I mean, those are just backbreakers.
Yeah, they are.
So first play here of this possession as the clock moves. Down to 4 minutes left. Artman taking a big shot down the field. He's got a man wide open, and it drops it in the bucket, and there he goes. Off to the races, Avon Shirley, I believe. And a touchdown for the Cavaliers. What a nice throw by Artman. Whew. I'll tell you one, man, 77-yard touchdown, and you could not have asked. Avon Shirley barely had to break stride right there. He slowed up just a touch, but Artman got rid of that ball and put it on the dot. Nice loft to it. Didn't throw it too flat. Long touchdown. So the Cavaliers strike for a touchdown, but you should know the rule. That doesn't mean the clock goes back to normal. Once the clock is triggered with that 35-point lead, it don't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
And it is Finney doing the kicking today as he hits that extra point, and a quick 7 for the Cavaliers.
3 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the third quarter of play. Spartans 43, Cavaliers 10.
I'm dancing to this in the press box,
Yeah.
in case anyone wanted to know. And it looks terrible, I'm going to tell you. Right off the rip, I'm not saying I'm a good dancer.
No?
Nah.
I wasn't going to say anything.
But I do like this song after Kiski scores. Gets me fired up.
Yeah. Maybe it'll get Kiski fired up, too.
Maybe a little too
See
fired
some
up.
old theatrics here. Heroics, if you will.
Theatrics, heroics, semantics, who knows?
Mm-hmm. Perhaps all of the above.
Probiotics.
Probiotics. There's one.
Keep that gut regular.
Yeah.
So the Cavaliers, quick strike, one play, 77-yard touchdown connection between Artman and Avon Shirley. And that makes it a 33-point game. But as I mentioned, the clock running, and this ball will be booted probably around 3:27, 3:28. No, it's going to be longer than that. Probably about 3:20. As Finney does the walk up, and he boots it at 3:25 exactly. And it's short hops. And picked up the return game. And hauled down around the 26-yard line. First and 10 Spartans at their own 26-yard line. So one play and a big score there for Kiski on the last possession. Let's see what Hempfield does here. Methinks they're not taking their foot off the gas.
No?
No, we'll see who comes out, though. And it looks like a whole different set. Definitely a different quarterback. And at quarterback, I believe, is number 7. That is Carden Lippman, I believe. And Lippman fakes it, fires across the middle, got a completion, and hit and drop there by Vacanti, but not before Jake Kaczynski hauls in a first down. So Dietrich out of the game. He has had a strong night. I believe he has, I want to say 4 touchdown passes. And the fake handoff there, a little dump off. And running with some purpose right there and knocked out of bounds. Riley Evans, the freshman, 5'11", 170 out there, making a catch and taking it up the field. Close to a first down. We got a 2nd and 2. So I always say under center, but rarely do quarterbacks ever line up under center anymore. You know, everything's shotgun or pistol nowadays, and so in at the quarterback position would be better. And trying to step through a tackle and finally brought down after a gain of maybe nothing. Doesn't look like he got much. Or yeah, I think he lost a little bit actually. That's a 2nd and 2. Or third. Why do they have 3rd and 1 up there? Well, they have 3rd and 1 on the scoreboard, but it's definitely longer than that. I like how they're putting up the guys' pictures on the scoreboard, you know.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Very high-end stuff here.
Go team.
Go team.
Well, that was like the built Ford Tough smashing through the rocks. Boom, go team. And the little pitch there, and a first down. A little bit more for the Spartans, as we're under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. So about a 6-second difference between play clock and game clock. So that means at about, I guess it's about 7 seconds, a little bit more, shade more. Looks like they will have to snap one more here. Hempfield, 1st and 10 at the Kiski 48. And waiting for the snap is Lippman. He hands off. Good blocking up front there. Boy, everybody just sealed their blocker right there and gave a nice opening. Sarno with the tackle. That's the end of the 3rd quarter here in Hempfield. Spartans 43, Cavaliers 10. And that will allow us to take a timeout here on the field and thank Armstrong Indoor Athletics one more time. Thanks to AIA.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at aia.team or call them at 724-599-9761 for more information today.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. 4th quarter about to get underway here. Clock is rolling. As the last touchdown for Hempfield put them up 40 points, so that triggered the running clock, and then a Kiski touchdown brought them back within 33, but she keep on going. So looking close to a first down there. Tegan Shirley doing it all out there, offensively and defensively for the Cavaliers. And Hempfield content just to run that play clock all the way down. Well, I got it down to about 8 seconds there. Handoff bouncing it outside and getting an angle and staying on his feet. A good run there. That is from the 39 down to about the... Who was the ball carrier there? He's got a double number. Oh, well, a holding penalty negates it.
Wow.
So finally, the laundry on the field goes against the home team. They've been doing a good job of avoiding mistakes for the most part, but penalized right there are the Spartans as they look to raise their record to 3-0 on the year. Kiski in danger of falling to 1-2. And we got a timeout taken by Hempfield. That will be their second charge timeout. And probably just to get their bearings and make sure, finish out this drive, finish out this game in a productive fashion, and hopefully a healthy fashion for both teams. Hate when it's a game that, has kind of gotten away.
That's an understatement.
Bam, 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 bam. Hey, Kiski band hasn't stopped.
Absolutely.
Well, Norwin's shutting out Latrobe. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll put the graphic up there for you. I'll get it out of the way. Don't worry. Stakeout cheesesteaks. We love the stakeouts. And that one pushes ahead. And looks like completion. So 4th and 5 here for Hempfield, and they are keeping, well, we'll see what happens. A couple players sub out. Looks like the punt team will come in.
In punt formation, Aiden Shirley deep to receive.
And the boot. And Shirley stays away from it. That one bounces right at the 21 and takes a, oh man, he shouldn't have picked that up, I don't think. Took a Hempfield bounce and will be down at the 14-yard line. That's where Kiski will take over. And we'd like to thank another great sponsor, Arbor Form. Tree and Landscape LLC, tree, hedge, shrub, and bush trimming, pruning, and removal, storm and emergency services. Land clearing, brush clearing, property landscape maintenance, licensed, insured, and professional. Call 724-599-8704. That's Arbor Form, Tree and Landscape. Cavaliers take over at their own 14, 9:20 left in this one. 43-10, Hempfield in control all night long. Artman rolling right, fires. Completed another catch there on those rollouts, coming back short across the middle. And that one's going to be Andrew Finney with that grab. Well, right now, Connor, in a 43-10 game with under 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter right now, these teams are trying to get basically a glorified practice in, and you're trying to run plays that may help you, in a game that's a little bit closer coming up when the conference schedule begins. And I like what Artman can do on the run. He throws the ball well rolling out. So I think trying to get him some reps doing that. Seems like he's, like I said, getting healthier by the game. He sends it sky ball, and that one's picked. Oh my goodness, dropped. As getting both hands on it, coming down, landing the feet, and trying to take off. That was Lucas Simmons. Couldn't hang on to that pick. And that'll make it 3rd and 3 from the 21-yard line. Kiski surely would like to keep the chains moving here. Maybe get an opportunity to score some points before the end of this one. Cavaliers get up to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 3. They're on 21-yard line. Hempfield will make it 3-0 on the year with a victory. Kiski would fall to 1-2. Artman, great throw right on the money into the breadbasket of Tegan Shirley, and that's a completion. And Tegan Shirley has had a heck of a game, let me tell you. He's been doing it all, offensively and defensively. I mentioned that. Made a lot of tackles. He has a ton of receptions. He's obviously had a couple of big plays. His brother Avon obviously has the touchdown in this game for the Cavaliers. But Tegan, old reliable out there on the corners at the sidelines, making those grabs. And, of course, over the middle, sure-handed. 6:51 left in regulation. Cavaliers with a new set of downs. And rolling, dumping it off. Artman to Finney. And Finney will get a couple. That's a positive gain for Andrew Finney. Finney on the board tonight with 4 points. He has the field goal and the extra point after the touchdown. Hey, man, you think about it, kickers score a lot.
Mm-hmm.
6:15 left in regulation, and let's see what the Cavs do. 15 left on the play clock as we roll toward the 6-minute mark here. Time remaining in regulation. Artman rolls, fires. That's Avon Shirley. Tried to sidestep a man. Can't do a good tackle, coming flying in and getting Shirley at the ankles. Third and 2 after that nice stop. I'm not sure who made that tackle. I couldn't find a name that sounded like what he said, nor could I see the number. So, great play, young man. I'm sorry I couldn't signal you out by name. So it's 3rd and 2, under 5 minutes left. Artman, he's going to take a shot deep again, and that one lands kind of between Shirley and Finney. Not exactly where Artman wanted to put that ball. That's going to bring up 4th down. Water buffalo up here.
All right.
You hear him?
Oh, I did.
He was milling about back there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 4th and 2. Kiski going to go for it. 4 wide, sidecar to the left. That is Taylor. He's back to blocking that throw over the top and just over the outstretched arms of Avon Shirley. I believe that's Avon over there. Might have been Tegan. It was one of the Shirley boys for sure. That was Tegan Shirley. Trying to go down the sidelines and hit Tegan deep, and just a touch too long there by Artman. So Landon Artman, the sophomore quarterback for the Cavaliers, just a bit too strong on that throw. And that'll be another turnover on downs for the Cavaliers. Ball back to Hempfield. I'd like to say thanks once again to Hempfield Athletic Director Brandon Rapp got us a cherry parking position and great hospitality, awesome food in the press box. So thanks to everybody here at Hempfield for, I wouldn't say they were rolling out the red carpet, but I think that's just how they do it. We're not that special.
Some may
Some may argue. Some may say that we're very special.
Oh, yeah.
So 2nd and 5, we got 2:50 left in regulation. That's 2 minutes and 50 seconds for those scoring at home. 2nd and 5 here for the Spartans. Handoff. Great blocking again up front. Boy, with a push that the Hempfield offensive line has gotten all night. And I'm not even just talking about, you know, with the starters, the second team in here right now, they are just pushing Kiski around. Strength up front has been a major, major advantage for the Spartans in this one. And we're right around 2 minutes left in regulation. Just hit the 2-minute mark now. So this play will officially go off under 2 minutes. And the handoff. Whoa, wrestled down, shooting the gap right there. Nice play by Taylor, showing some nice defensive instincts. And he forces a 4th down. Tackle for loss there by Ashton Taylor. Nice play. Knifing through there and dropping the ball carrier. I want to say that was number 22, Andrew Bentz. And final 90 seconds here at Spartan Stadium. And Hempfield going to go for it, try to get that final 1st down and kill the remainder of this clock. And a dump off there. And Bentz with the reception. He's pushed out of bounds. That'll be a stop. Avon Shirley going to get credited for that tackle. Are they going to give it to him 1st down? Oh, wow. 1st down.
Huh.
Well, you know, everybody wants to get out of here, I guess. So I thought he was short, and we had a good look at it being up here and right on that sideline. But, hey, the officials disagreed. They said 1st down, play on, and there's 30 seconds left. So that will do it in the victory formation. And taking that final knee for Hempfield, the backup quarterback, number 7, Carden Lippman. He's in there after the starters took a seat following the touchdown that made it 43-3. And Connor, I'm going to go player of the game style. See if you can read my mind. Who am I thinking?
Take a look at this. I think you're thinking number 18.
The quarterback, Dominic Dietrich.
I believe so.
Oh, boy, Connor, you nailed it.
Oh, yeah.
That was the choice I had in my mind. I thought he looked tremendous in the pocket.
Absolutely.
Great awareness, great decision-making, putting the ball in the money. I don't remember a badly misthrown ball by him. And I believe he had 4 touchdown passes. Now, granted, some of those were shorter, but that one he threw right before the end of the 1st half down here in this corner of the end zone, I think it was to number 16 for Hempfield. No, it wasn't 16. Maybe it was 18. No, he's the quarterback. Dietrich, I can't remember who he threw it to.
Was it number 10?
No, oh, yeah, Mutcher. Yeah, Mutcher, right? That's how they say it?
I believe so.
But anyway, that was an absolute dart right into the chest, a streak to the back corner, and Dietrich really looked good out there tonight. So he is going to be our his name's Dominic. Dunmire, Kerr, and Rowe Funeral Home Incorporated Player of the Game. Congratulations to Dominic Dietrich. And the Hempfield Spartans as they come up with a dominant victory over Kiski area. And that will raise the record of the Spartans to 3-0 on the year. Congratulations to them for the hot start. Kiski area now falling to 1-2. Back-to-back losses to 6A teams. I mean, what are you going to do? Outmanned, outgunned. And they've gone home with a couple of losses now to start this season, 1-2, after a convincing shutout win over Knock in week 0. Check out down there, right there, you're going to see the team singing to the band. I always like that part of high school and college football, you know. It's cool traditions. And just like to thank our awesome sponsors once again, Dunbar Kerr and Rowe Funeral Home Incorporated, Armstrong Indoor Athletics, River Forest Country Club and Grill, and a couple of new sponsors. Tonight we are also wanting to thank Stakeout Cheesesteak, a pop-up cheesesteak store. Be on the lookout by following them on Facebook. Just search Stakeout, Steakout, Cheesesteaks, to see where they'll be next. And, of course, Arborform, Tree and Landscape LLC, tree, hedge, shrub, and bush trimming, pruning, and removal. You need those pesky shrubs and undergrowth that always get in the way of everything. I hate it.
Yeah.
Call Nemo. He'll come over and bang it out, get it taken care of for you. No, not all tree and landscaping services are created equal. And the job isn't as cut and dry as you might think, whether it's removing that ginormous oak tree that's leaning too close to your garage or creating and maintaining the kind of landscaping around your property that you can be proud of. Count on Arborform Tree and Landscape. No job is too big or too small for Arborform's expert team to tackle. Find Arborform Tree and Landscape on Facebook at facebook.com/Arborform, ARBOR form, or call 724-599-8704. Arborform Tree and Landscape LLC, fully licensed and insured. Check them out. New company on the scene, Arborform Tree and Landscape. And I think I said thank you to River Forest Country Club and Grill, the official golf course of High Top Sports Network. Historically, River Forest Country Club has been known for its unsurpassed walkability among Western Pennsylvania tracks, as well as its challenging target greens. The management team is committed to upgrading conditions so that their golfers can enjoy a consistently excellent experience on the links. River Forest is currently working on making significant improvements to the course infrastructure, including enhancing irrigation, servicing of the greens, fairways, and tee boxes for golf memberships, which are expansive, not expensive, expansive and reasonably priced. You can apply online at riverforest.golf/membership or call 724-295-2217. As I said, the official golf course of High Top Sports Network. Play there a bunch. All the guys in the pro shop, Ron, Josh, and Jordan. Great dudes, great staff there. And it's a challenging course. There's a lot of trees. And I'm generally in them.
Yep.
Once one goes into a tree, you might as well count 10 more in my round going into a tree. But if you can keep them below the trees and in those tight fairways, you can score down there. It's a fun course to play. And they've been improving it the last 3 years since the change in ownership. And it is, I call it a hidden gem. It's really located in an excellent spot between 4 counties, Armstrong, Butler, Allegheny, and Westmoreland. It's like in this perfect little spot. So you can get to it from a lot of different places, and it's a fun place to play. So check them out. All right, that's going to do it for Connor Swartz and myself, Josh Schreckengost. Final score once more. Hempfield takes care of business against visiting Kiski area, 43-10. Spartans now 3-0 in the year. Kiski drops to 1-2. Also on the network tonight, Armstrong and Bethel Park and Freeport and Quaker Valley, if those games are still on, which I am not able to check because I have to use my phone to run the internet here. Go ahead and check those out. I was told the Armstrong-Bethel Park game was pretty close in the first half, so check them out if there's still game action on the network. All right, Connor, about to head out. That one looks, it's a weather delay.
Wow.
They must have had lightning or something over there. Well, Bethel Park and Armstrong in a weather delay.
Yeah.
That is crazy. What's the score?
42-21, Bethel Park.
Okay, so Bethel Park, a little kind of taking some space there, running away from Armstrong a little bit, but a weather delay currently in Bethel Park. It must have had lightning, and that'll stop it for a half hour. So that game in a weather delay. What's going on here? That looks like the beginning of that game, so it must have finished already. What was the final there? Freeport win?
Yes, sir.
What was the score?
42-7.
Woohoo! Freeport is on fire this year. Another 40-plus point total night. Another dominant victory for head coach John Gaylot's squad. And, wow, Freeport out to a 3-0 start. Smacking the Quakers 42-7 tonight. And that'll do it for the out-of-town scores. And that'll do it for us here at Hempfield. Spartans victorious